I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What like what's something that you struggle with creatively? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Unbound podcast.
What's good? What's good?
I'm Stu.
If I'm DB,
Yeah, man. So we are creators. We wanted to create this podcast for other creators, specifically Black creators. But it's open to everybody. We don't discriminate.
really just share our journey.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Because we both are on a journey, as is everybody. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And I think, or we think, this could be a good opportunity for somebody who's might be a step behind where we are now, and it can help you guys kind of navigate throughout your journey. So that's really all it is. We
Yeah,
just candidly showing our journey. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, and we're here to share it all with you guys. That way you can use it to your benefit whenever you start your journey or as you are on your journey. So that's
yeah,
really what it's about, man.
yeah. Absolutely. Just giving a little bit of history on us. um, I'm a filmmaker, uh, based in Atlanta, Georgia, originally from Cleveland, Ohio, and I was on Threads, and this guy hit me up
Yeah.
saying he wanted to collaborate with some creators in the area. So we did a couple projects together, and we got to talking about just life and being a creative person, and we was like, yo, like, why are we not recording
Gotta
this?
record it. And like literally every time he would pull up on me with just the intent, because I do art, and I
Right,
guess I'll introduce myself. My
right,
bad to cut you off too. I just realized that. But I guess to introduce myself, my name is DB and I'm originally from Florida. Also found myself migrating here to Atlanta. And I do art. So one day I'm on the app Threads and I just put out a call for videographers. I need you. It's to the point where my hands are full trying to create the art, plus film it, plus edit it, plus, and I just got overwhelmed,
yeah,
man. So I got to the point of realizing that I need somebody that's passionate about their craft when it comes to filmmaking and with the camera, as am I with my artwork. So Stu answered the call, as well as maybe 10 other videographers. And when I checked Stu's page, it was a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? You can see the passion, you can hear the passion, and so I reached out to him like, let's do it, bro. And like he said, when he would come through with an intent to help me record some of the artwork I'm making, we would just naturally just jump into these deep convos, man. And we quickly realized, like, yo, somebody can benefit from what we're talking about.
yeah,
Somebody's either going to go through this,
yeah.
or it can be highly relatable to somebody who's been through it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So that's when we thought, like, why don't we just document this content or document these conversations, these
Hmm.
candid conversations, and put it out there
Yeah,
and see where it lands, see who it can help. And that's where we are now,
yeah,
episode 1. And we really just figured it out as we go, man.
yeah, yeah. This is DB's first podcast. This is
First ever.
my third. Um, but sometimes people can see podcasts as being like kind of pretentious. 'Cause, everybody got a podcast now. I saw a post on IG a couple of years ago that said Santa just dropped podcast mics off in the hood, and everybody want their opinion heard. But this isn't really about our opinions, although we're going to share our opinions on
Right.
things. It's not really about that. We just want to provide real, candid conversations about being a creative person in today's world. We got stuff like AI and things like that, and society is doing whatever it's gonna do, and we as creatives have a responsibility to be authentic no matter what's going on in the world,
Yeah.
and that's just why we're here today.
Yeah. And like you said, authenticity, man. That's kind of that was really the foundation of why we even chose to do this.
Yeah,
Because within those candid conversations that naturally just came,
yeah,
we quickly learned that we both share that authenticity. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And when it comes to creating, like he said, either with what I do in the art space or with what he does in the videographer media space, authenticity is the foundation, man, for anything that has the capability of growing to reach the masses. Because just like us, there's a lot of people out there who thrive in an authenticity space. So that's really what it was, man. We just we just really just wanted to be authentic and share our authentic journey um, to help as many people as we can. So
Yeah.
here we are.
Um, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What like what's something that you struggle with creative?
Honestly, something that I struggle with, and I'm sure it's more than one, but the first thing that came to my mind is trying to make other people feel what I feel about what I've just created.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know where that idea initiated from, so they can't even really connect or feel it the way I can,
Uh-huh.
because there's a lot of emotion that go into what I do.
Uh-huh.
And as I'm putting all this emotion into it, or as it starts as an idea, and then I turn it into action and put all this emotion into it, and I finish it and I put it out. I want them to feel how I feel about it,
Yeah,
and I have to always remind myself that that's not the way it works. You know what I'm saying? Because I have all of the details, the sensitive details as to why I feel the way I feel about it. Nobody else knows it. It's
right,
all within me. So
right.
I could never expect somebody to feel the way I feel about anything that I create. So
Yeah,
that's something I struggle with, bro. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I
I know
have
what
to
you're saying.
always remind myself, like, no, it don't work like that. Just put it out, and whoever it resonates with, let it do that. You
Yeah,
can't force anybody to feel anything.
yeah,
Emotion is uncontrollable. So,
yeah. Erica Badu, she got a quote. She say, keep in mind that I'm an artist because I'm sensitive about my shit.
bro, I'm telling you,
I felt that, you know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the thing is like, and I just put this out on my social medias as like a reel or a short, whatever. I said art is for the artist first.
yeah,
You can't worry about what you can't worry about the audience. Obviously, you want to create for people to enjoy and people to be entertained or provoke emotion or whatever, but like
right.
once you put it out there, it's really not yours no more. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like
really not.
however people interpret it, however if it feels to them, however it makes them feel, that's on them. That's just what it is. Art is subjective, but at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you are satisfied with the product that you are putting out,
Yeah.
and
And
the the
it's
audience comes last.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right, bro. And it's funny that you say that, because me, the way I got into creating is I got into this space just creating. I didn't get into it like a typical artist.
yeah,
So I had to retrospectively learn how to be an artist and learn that mental side of being an
yeah,
artist outside of just creating. There's,
yeah.
there's a whole entire mental side of art and art creating. So I had to retrospectively learn that I have to like it first, because when I first started, I'm like, yo, this is neat. I need to figure out what people like and
Hmm.
try to cater to that.
Yeah,
And that's how I started out.
yeah.
So I'm making things I didn't even know. I never knew what Chrome Hearts was, bro. That's
Hmm.
not. I don't wear that. That's not my lane. I never knew what it was. But as I'm digging, I'm realizing that this is what people like.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make everything that I'm seeing people are into, and I never felt how I feel now that I've grown to understand that no, it's not about them. You have to like whatever you create first.
Hmm.
And now that I'm at that place, man, I know the sky's really the limit. And honestly, the more that I create for me and I like it and I say, oh, that's dope, and I put it out,
Right.
the more people gravitate towards it.
Yeah, because that's the authenticity showing through. People can feel that. People know no matter what it is, whether it's for you it's woodwork, for me it's filmmaking, for other people it's music. Well, no matter what it is, people can feel when you being inauthentic. Denzel
Yeah.
Washington said the camera will catch you lying.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to think about from an acting perspective because people think that acting is lying, but it's not. It's presenting the truth in an imagined situation.
Ooh.
So
I never heard it. That's damn on
so
bar,
you
bro.
like So you gotta be, even though the situation is made up for the camera, you gotta be authentic, because like he said, the camera will catch you lying. The viewer, the listener, whatever, they know when you're being inauthentic. They know when you're being pretentious. So
Right.
that's why it's important to
Sure.
make your art for you.
Yeah.
The thing that I struggle with,
I was just about to ask.
the thing that I struggle with is consistency. And we was just talking about this before we hit record. um, I'm a filmmaker. I love movies. I love storytelling. Like that. That's really what it boiled down to for me, is
Yeah.
storytelling. And uh, filmmaking is just the avenue that I chose to tell my story. Because uh, um, I used to be a musician. I got a couple EPs out. But when I moved down here, that kind of fell to the wayside. And then I fell in love with filmmaking because it encompassed all of my creative interests.
You had to.
And for me, it's hard for me to stay consistent for a number of reasons, but the main reason is that I wasn't holding myself accountable.
Uh,
And
that's big. I think a lot of people struggle with that.
yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I think, um, like you just said, a lot of creators struggle with that because we get in our own. We always in our own head. We all, like, our head is always in the clouds. I know you can attest to
Yeah.
that. But for me, like, my thing was, I got ADHD, and I'm not always mentally present in the physical space that I'm in.
Gotcha.
So I could be at work thinking about literally anything but work.
Yeah.
Um, and then it causes stress and anxiety, and then your what you think you become. So your mental plays into your physical, and it just I get mentally exhausted to the point where I don't even feel like creating. Like, I want to create, but my body is just like, nah, bruh. So I what I had to do was I made a schedule for myself, a weekly schedule. I had got everything blocked out, and I still got a daily tag sheet that I use in tandem with that schedule. And what I realized was I got a lot more time than I thought I did.
Yeah.
And that really put things into perspective. It's like, man, like, you've been bullshitting for real.
As a lot of people do.
Right,
As a lot of
right.
people
So,
do.
like, I'm so glad that I did that, because it really put it in my face, like, yo, you have the time, you know what you need to do, just do it. And if I got any advice for y'all, just uh assess your life and your lifestyle, and and figure out a way to um make time for not only your creative endeavors, but make time for rest. And rest is not just, laying down, going to sleep. Rest is, going for a walk, reading a
Hmm.
book, eating something that's nourishing to
Yeah.
your body. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
All of that.
make time for that, because that will play into your creativity. I've come up with so many ideas for short films just because I went on a walk. Just like, just the mundaneness of just walking, and all you have are your thoughts. And
Yeah.
because I got ADHD and I'm thinking about stuff all the time, like, it really gets the gears turning. So I encourage y'all to, if you like me and you struggle with consistency, and you struggle with just initiating the work, and you got all these ideas, you want to actualize all of those ideas. I just assess your lifestyle, and make time for creativity, make time for rest, and
Yeah.
take it from there.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off of that, or to even take it a step further, when he says make time, like actually make time. We all know there's 24 hours in every day.
Mm-hmm.
You have to actually take the practical steps of taking those 24 hours
Mm-hmm.
and literally dividing it and compartmentalizing it
Yeah.
into your day. And
Yeah.
you start by, like you say, analyzing your own life. We all know what our life consists of, and nobody knows it better than us.
Yeah.
So you know, if you have kids, if you have work, if you we all have to eat, we all, you know what I'm saying? So just take those 24 hours, take and analyze your life, and then chop it up and make everything kind of fit into those 24 hours
Mm-hmm.
in a practical way,
Mm-hmm.
in a balanced way. So yeah, I would definitely say, man, that's where it starts at. That's where it starts, taking control of your time, of your day. um and sometimes that might mean not doing what you might currently think is fun. um you have to analyze everything, every aspect. So if not saying playing video games is a bad thing by any stretch of that phrase,
Mm-hmm.
but if that's taking time away from you doing what you actually are passionate about doing, um that's something we need to minimize. We need
Yeah.
to minimize that, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
I'm glad you used that word minimize because a lot of people want to go cold turkey
no,
and eliminate it. It's like
no,
that's not sustainable.
no.
You need a break sometimes.
Right,
You just need to moderate it.
right.
So I'm
And
glad you used that word.
yeah, and if you're choosing to do it, I mean, you're getting something from it.
Right.
So again, like you said, you don't want to cold turkey anything. You
Mm-hmm.
want to find ways to minimize it to where it's healthy and it balances out everything. Because
Mm-hmm.
you might be too heavy on the video games right now.
Right.
And if you take just a couple hours off of it, now you can take those couple hours you took and you can spread that amongst other important things. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So um definitely need to analyze your life, every aspect of it, and then you need to, like Stu say, man, take control of your time and compartmentalize it into your 24 hours that we all have
Yeah.
every single day. And you should be on a good start there, man. That should be a pretty good start.
Yeah. Once you realize that that not everything, but most of what happens in your life is your fault.
Yeah. No, you
Like
right.
there's a lot there are a lot of things that you can't control. Like you can't control the weather, you can't control the mood of your boss that day,
Yeah.
but you can control how you react to those things. You can control how you navigate through the things that you can't control.
Right.
And once you realize that, adjust accordingly.
I thank God because I was able to realize this at a young age. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? The whole accountability. And I used to, everything is my fault. And
Yeah.
we all know we got critics out there, but nobody's a bigger critic of me than me.
Right.
And I'm talking every aspect of my life.
Yeah.
And I don't care if there is, and so I take it a step to. It's actually a little extreme. I am a little hard on myself, so
Yeah.
I do need to loosen up. But I can be in an environment that's something like you said is out of my control. It happens, and even that's my fault for even placing myself there. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm to that point of being self accountable to where everything is my fault. And
Mm-hmm.
then, like you say, once a person gets to that level, it's easier to maneuver through life and its journeys and its ups and its downs when you understand who's at fault for,
Mm-hmm.
the things that are happening in your life. So everything that's controllable, understand and realize that you are in control of that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Controllable, it means that you're in control of that.
Yeah.
And we have the ability to impact our real lives with accountability and self-control.
Yeah. And to piggyback on that, it's always good to have somebody in your life that's gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah, for sure. For
Because
sure.
that'll keep you accountable and that'll keep your creativity authentic.
Yeah.
Um, for
Yes.
example, my wife, I love my wife with all my heart. She tells me the truth, and a lot of times I don't like what she got to say.
Yeah. The truth hurts sometimes, but it
Yeah,
ain't gonna
but
harm you.
yeah, but like I it happens every time. Like she'll say something, and I'll be like, "Man, go somewhere," and I'll think about it for a couple of days.
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, like she was on to something." You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And ain't nobody right 100% of the time. So
Nah.
sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes she wrong, but again, it's always good to have somebody that's gonna tell you the truth.
Right.
Because they like another like you can't hold somebody else accountable. Accountability is introspective.
Yeah.
It's yourself.
Right.
Um, responsibility is external. Accountability is internal. You, the only person that can hold you accountable
Is you.
is you.
Yeah.
And my wife makes it a point to make sure that I know that, and I'm very thankful for that.
That's what's
So
up, bro.
make sure you got somebody in your corner that's gonna tell you the truth, good or bad, because it'll keep you honest.
Yeah,
It'll
no,
keep you
that's
honest.
very important, bro. And when you talk about the truth, how you were saying, the truth may hurt, but the
Yeah,
truth will never harm you.
yeah.
And sometimes it does take a couple days after hearing that harsh truth for it to really resonate or really kick in,
Mm-hmm.
and that's cool. However long it take, the time frame doesn't matter as long as
Mm-hmm.
that truth sinks in and you understand that's the truth.
Yeah,
And most of the time, when you are a self accountable person and you're a realist, not with people, but more so with yourself, you're a realist.
yeah.
Whether you don't like the truth at that moment, it's gonna keep ringing in the back of your head. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
keep hearing it. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And that's I like the fact that you say you get that from your wife,
Mm-hmm.
because me being somebody who's unmarried at the time, who will eventually get married,
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the biggest qualities that my wife has to possess, or our unity, our relationship has to possess that, where
Mm-hmm.
we're both holding each other accountable
Mm-hmm.
for the things that we say we desire. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so yeah, that's important, bro. I'm happy for you that you were able to find that accountability partner within your spouse.
Yeah, yeah,
I
for
don't think
sure.
I don't think it gets any better than that. Of course, you can get it from a friend, family member, but getting it from your actual spouse, I don't think it's anything more special than that, bro.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And I mean, it don't always have to be a spouse. Like you said, you can get it from your friend. You
yeah,
get it from a family member.
yeah,
Um, no, because everybody don't have a spouse. Everybody there. Some people choose to be single,
yeah,
but it's good to have at least one person in your life that you know is gonna tell you the unfiltered, unadulterated truth. Like I said,
necessary.
whether it's good or bad. I'm not saying that you should have a person in your life that's just gonna dog you every day.
Right? Nah,
But
nah. You
like
don't need no negative
when
Nancy.
yeah, when you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, you're like, hey, you need to chill. If you're doing something that's great,
Yeah,
sometimes you need that pat on the back. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
for
Like
sure.
not all the time. You shouldn't rely on that, but it's good to have those affirmations from an
External.
outside source.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. No, you for sure.
yeah,
And I think it's absolutely necessary, bro. Because
yeah,
some days we can be doing damn good, but if you somebody like I say how I am, I'm so tough on myself that good could look like mid to me
yeah.
when because I'm just that hard on myself.
Right.
So I sometimes I do need that outside source saying,
Yeah,
"No, bro, you actually doing good.
yeah,
You actually doing way better than you know what I'm saying." So it's definitely important, and like I say, man, it's no better getting that from a spouse or a close somebody who's close to you. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, for
That's what's
sure.
up, man. Well, I think we had a really good conversation today.
Yeah, yeah. This episode one, man.
Yeah, yeah. This episode one. We got many more to come. But yeah, like thank you for listening. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button, comment, let us know
Subscribe. Yeah,
what you think of the podcast. Also, how do you stay uh creative? How do you stay authentic? What without getting into it, just give us drop some stuff in the comments about your creative process. You know what I'm saying? We love to hear it. And that's
for
it.
sure.
Yeah.
That's episode one, man.
Episode one,
Y'all stay
Unbound.
tuned.
Take care.
Cheers.